Hello, Chiku. Well, you seem quite exciting today, dear. What's on your mind? Grandma, I want to tell you about something cool we learned at school today. It's called the Mystery Room Challenge. The Mystery Room Challenge? That sounds interesting. Tell me more about it. Sure, Grandma. It's an awesome adventure game where you and your team are locked inside a room filled with puzzles and clues. You have to work together to solve them and find a way to get out before the time runs out. Hmm. Oh, that does sound like an exciting adventure, my dear. What kind of puzzles do they have in this what is it called? Mystery room? Oh, grandma, they have all sorts of puzzles. There are riddles, hidden objects, and secret codes. Some of them are really tricky and you have to use your brain and teamwork to solve them. Somewhat like treasure hunt. The treasure here is you escape from the locked room. Ah, it sounds like a good workout for your mind and a fun way to spend times with friends. Okay, what happens if you're not able to solve all the puzzle in time? Well, if you can't solve all the puzzles and escape within the time limit, they open the door and you can leave the room. But it's fun to solve everything and make a successful escape like a real detective. I can see the excitement for it. Did you had a chance to try it out yet? Not yet, Grandma. But we are planning to go this weekend with my friends. We can't wait for the weekend, Grandma. Ah, it sounds like a wonderful adventure, dear. Remember, you need to work together, have patience, and most importantly, have lots and lots and lots of fun. Thanks, Grandma. I'll definitely remember that. I'll call you once we are back from there to share about our mystery room challenge. Oh, yes. We'll be eagerly waiting to hear about your exciting adventure. Let me tell you today's story that will give you motivation to overcome the challenges in the mystery room. It's a folk tale from Rajasthan. The clever escape, a tale of wit and courage. In a village near a vast desert, there stood an imposing mansion with 7 strong doors. The magnificent house was the home of a wealthy woman and her 3 daughters. Every evening, the wise mother would instruct her daughters to ensure that all 7 doors were securely locked. She would caution them. Be vigilant, my dear girls. Even if a single door is left open, the demons lurking in the desert will find their way into our mansion. In the area surrounding the village, there were 2 ominous demons that had been instilling fear among the villagers by carrying out night assaults on their homes. This relentless menace had compelled the inhabitants to remain in a perpetual state of dread, ensuring their doors remained firmly locked and the windows securely closed, particularly during the hours of darkness. The task of locking not one but seven doors were divided among the three daughters, who took turns performing this vital duty each night. One particular night, it was the youngest daughter's turn. She had toiled outdoors all day, and exhaustion weighed heavily upon her. After their evening meal, the others retired to their chambers, leaving the youngest to secure the doors one by one. By the time she reached the sixth door, weariness had completely overtaken her. In her fatigue, she forgot to lock the seventh door and retired to her bed. That very night, one of the demons noticed the open door and stealthily entered the mansion. Boom, 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 boom came the ominous sound as he strode into the hall. The mother awoke with a start and began to scold her youngest daughter. It's your fault. You left the door open. With a menacing grip, the demon seized the youngest daughter, placed her in a large sack, and slung her over his shoulder, declaring, I will take this girl to my abode. She shall cook for me and maintain my cave. On their way, the demon decided to make a brief visit to his friend, another demon living nearby. However, he chose not to divulge the presence of the girl to his comrade and left the sack behind. When he returned after the visit, he picked up the sack, intending to proceed home. But when he opened the sack, he was met with an astonishing sight. The girl had vanished. Thundering with anger, the demon bellowed, Where has the girl gone? In her place, the clever girl had replaced herself with rocks inside the sack. Enraged, the demon vowed, I will retrieve her, and hastily made his way back to the girl's residence. Meanwhile, the girl had successfully returned to her home. She promptly crafted a strategy with her sisters and mother to rid themselves of the demon permanently. When the demon arrived, the youngest daughter concealed herself inside the house. Her sister began to wail loudly, Poor girl! She escaped from one demon but was captured by another. Hearing this, the demon was incensed. So, it is the other demon who had snatched her away from me. He roared. Without any delay, he stormed towards the cave of the other demon and initiated a fierce assault. In a gruesome battle, The two demons engaged in a life and death struggle, ultimately leading to their demise. Hence, the youngest daughter not only rescued herself and her family from danger, but also liberated her village from the clutches of the malevolent demons. Her resourcefulness and bravery emerged triumphant over wickedness, bestowing peace and security upon her home and the entire community. Ah, Grandma! Guess what I learned from the clever escape story? It's all about how being clever, resourceful, and brave can help you conquer difficult situations and tackle bad things. That sounds like an important lesson, dear. What else? Well, it showed me that even when things get really tough, you can use your smartness and your bravery to figure things out. The youngest daughter in the story was so smart and courageous. She managed to get herself out of a tricky situation by being clever. Hmm, that's a wonderful lesson, my dear. Being clever and resourceful can indeed help you navigate through challenges. Yes, Nani. And it also taught me that you don't have to face tough times all alone. The girl teamed up with her sisters and her mom to outwit the demon. Teamwork played a big role in their success. Yes, teamwork is essential, my dear. It's great that you learned that too. So, the most important thing I took away from the story is that even when life gets challenging and there are scary situations, you can rely on your intelligence, be brave, and collaborate with your family and friends to make things better, just like the girl did in the story. Oh, that's a beautiful lesson, sweetheart. Always remember that you can use your cleverness, courage, and the support of your loved ones to conquer challenges. And that wraps up today's story. Grandma is closing the book for now. See you next week. Take care. Calling all our young listeners and readers. We want to see your creativity in action. Share your drawings, poems, or anything inspired by this blog with us. We'll showcase your amazing work in our next post. Can't wait to see what you come up with. And that wraps up today's story. Grandma is closing the book for now. See you next week. Take care.